Okay.
All right, let's turn our attention to myjoyonline.com. We'll also do the BBC before we wrap up. We've got some great conversations on the show today, including a brand new one that Manifest dropped when y'all were sleeping. We know they hear. That's the title of that one with Kevin Boy.
Okay.
He's on our show this morning.
Right.
It's a lovely tune. Okay, let's run through myjoyonline.com. So major markets in Obuasi to be closed down from Friday, May 8th. Major markets will be closed down indefinitely, according to the story. That's because authorities say, people simply have failed, particularly the market women and patrons, to adhere to social distancing and other protocols meant to curb the spread of the virus. And so after a meeting of the two assemblies and other stakeholders on May 6th, they're going to close the markets down. All right. And they say Obuasi has become the epicenter of the virus in the Ashanti region. 48 cases and 1 death. Obuasi tops the list of 16 of 43 districts in Ashanti region that have recovered, that have recorded COVID-19. So you can still click on and read the rest of it. Mahama shouldn't have had bribe-taking interview with the BBC, according to Stan Dogbe, who's an aide to former President Mahama, who spent time on the Super Morning Show. You know, he produced the late Komla Dumo when he hosted the Super Morning Show on Joy FM. So he had come back home, really, and listeners wanted to bounce everything they had heard about him, including this one. I have never smashed a journalist recorder, Stan Dogbe opens up. So this also came up yesterday and he addressed it. If you missed it, you can check details of that on myjoyonline.com. Health authorities get lifeline as KCCR clears backlog of samples. Ghana Health Service releases graphs to prove Ghana has reached peak of COVID-19 infection curve. And this other one also on myjoyonline.com. Black people in the UK 4 times more likely to die from COVID-19 than white people. That's data that's showing that. But if you read details of that story, it also gives you some reasons. The disparities are partly a result of socioeconomic disadvantage and other circumstances, but a remaining part of the difference has not yet been explained, according to the study. Mahama reports Abronya DC to police. Governments urged to open borders to citizens stuck abroad. Zoom Lion officers battle green mamba during disinfection exercise at Swedro Senior High School. So lots of stories on myjoyonline.com. Kindly visit the page and explore and catch up with all the headlines that you've missed. All right, let's quickly do the BBC before we wrap up, Roland Walker.
Yeah, let's go through the BBC. And of course, we're bringing you all the live updates on the World Service. Australia begins a 3-day plan to... a 3-step plan, actually, to open the country. There are many other countries that are looking at how they can ease lockdown restrictions.
Including the UK.
Yeah. Already, we do know that in Brazil, there are concerns that restrictions is forcing sections of the economy to go into recession. And President Bolsonaro is quite worried. Already, we do know that so far, 9,000 people have died from coronavirus in Brazil.
Yeah, the Brazilian situation there is different. I don't know what kind of model they're following. If you're not united in this fight, you just fail. Yeah. All right, there are some other African stories on the BBC, including this one, which I find very interesting, with Tanzania, their parliament. You know, the opposition have boycotted parliament. So first, they were directed to self-isolate for 14 days. That's because there are some prominent people in parliament, 3 of them who had died, cause not known, but they were directed to self-isolate for 14 days. But now the speaker is threatening that he's going to call police on them because they've taken sitting allowance up to about, over $48,000. And he's threatening to press charges of theft against them because you can't take the sitting allowance and boycott parliament, citing reasons that essentially have not been confirmed. So that's something from Tanzania, where police in Tanzania's commercial capital, Dar es Salaam, have asked opposition MPs to voluntarily appear for questioning after boycotting parliamentary sessions, citing coronavirus fears. Exactly.
Well, let's see. As they need to pray to.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But if you have 3 MPs dying in a matter of, they say in less than a fortnight, though the deaths have not been linked to coronavirus. So based on that, they decided there are actually 62 out of 383 seats in Parliament. They have 62. But what I think what the Speaker is concerned about is the sitting allowance that they've taken, and they have to sit in the chamber and work for it. Yeah. Well,
we have to break for sports. And yesterday I was listening to The Drive with Lexis Bill. And before the BBC break, Lexis was playing Jerusalem. You've heard the song before? Jerusalem.
What song is that?
Jerusalem. It's a nice song. Maybe we'll see.
But so talking about
song, I don't know. I just went to look for Jerusalem. I think it's a Southern African artist. I think so.
So sing a line, eh?
Charlie. But talking about song, what I'm very familiar with, Manifest. And Manifest is having a new one.
Yeah, we will drop it here first. Later on when we have a conversation with him. So are you Money fans? It's your show today. You've got to tune in. Let's bring you sports. We'll have the rest of the conversations after.